So I replaced that piece with a new piece of treated lumber. Got the concrete sealed there. But we're still quite a bit off our rough opening. It's probably closer to this board than it is this board. So I'm actually going to use a piece of 3/4 inch plywood. I know it's not what you're supposed to use, but because it's what I had. I'm going to fill this gap, hopefully bring the rough opening down a bit, and then we can slip our door in. My dad had to come over and actually help me so we could have somebody holding it while we were hold it and shim it while I screwed it in place, because I can't constantly was dropping shims and things falling out to get everything put together, and then the door wouldn't shut. This part of the door was hitting that part of the jamb, so it wasn't even going together. Turns out I didn't check my first bit of level. Actually, I did check it. I just figured it was off so slight it wouldn't matter, but it ended up mattering. And that was that bottom sill plate there, out of level, and caused all kinds of problems later on. So definitely level as you go, because I could have caught that way early and been done way long time ago, but took me forever to figure it out. So we stuck a shim under there, and now it works great. Went ahead and did spray foam. I'll go ahead and cut the I'll cut the shims out of there and cut the spray foam off later, probably tomorrow. But that's it for tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up. Another update here. Came back the next day to see if my spray foam, which is there in the cracks, you can see it up there. Ooh, looks like it's still got daylight through it. Had actually filled in all the gaps. In this case, it looked like we still got a little bit to do up at the top, but that spray foam expands things and it could warp the door frame just like our shims. And yes, note, I was trying to get efficient and spray in here, but of course the spray foam just came right out the latch and I put the deadbolt in for the handle. So let's not use spray foam there. In the future, I think I'm just going to be using a putty knife and some fiberglass insulation. Seems to be a lot easier, a lot more effective, and a lot less chance for error. Then we're starting to look at how we're going to cover this gap here. I went and bought vinyl planks, 1x3s or 1x4s. We're just going to case it all the way up, all the way across, and all the way down. But I had to chisel out this old caulking because that's going to get in the way, and we don't want that big of a gap here for that 1x to have to cover. So, anyway, we've been doing all that. We're making a mess right next to our door, so I'm going to have to wipe it down again. Also, since we didn't replace this board here that had the termites on it, I went ahead and bought some long-term termite killer. So we're just going to go ahead and vacuum all of this and spray it with some termite killer before we cover it. Hey, another long day. This is day 3 working on this stupid door. And we finally got something in that looks and operates just like a door. So finally got the knobs back on, but it is in. It's ready to go. I've got re-caulked it. You can see where I went to go caulk it before we installed it, and it just totally missed. And then we had to shim it. So now we got a big old gap underneath here. That'll be covered up by our finished floor later. So no worries. But I did miss that spot right there. That being said, I also have the gaps covered. This was a process. So I have these boards here. I'll wait for it to focus there. Those boards are solid vinyl, so they don't rot, instead of the wooden ones. So if you remember, between the brick right here, shoot, I'm talking. Anyway, between the brick right here and the actual wall, there was a big old gap. So I just trimmed it out in this board, and then we'll put inside corner molding here, and we'll cover up the gap that it has all the way along there and along down the side here. There was nothing to mount it to, so I ended up using these Tapcons, which are masonry screws. And then of course we weather sealed it all the way around with some really good caulking. I didn't go cheap on that. We still have this old board still showing here a bit, but we can go back and paint that, weatherproof it and whatnot, especially as soon as this awning gets off. So besides a little bit of trim, and of course I had to notch that out in there on both sides so that it would get around. Excuse my messy caulking job. So it would get around this guy. I'm going to go back and maybe fill this with some more concrete filler. Other than that, besides the trim not being painted because the trim's not there yet, we have it all. Now I can actually start on what I was supposed to start 4 days ago. The garage.